So what happened to the skate park, man? It used to be way more active when I was your guys' age.
Well, summer hit and it was active in the winter, but then when summer hit, it's just been dead.
What? It's like backwards, dude.
Yeah, I know. Yep. It was all packed.
When I was your guys' age, like you couldn't move around here without knocking somebody over on accident. Great. I don't skate anymore, but
I saw a funny meme about one of those, but this guy had instead of his phone, he had his whole laptop strapped to him.
do what you got to do, right? All right. Really? You guys got jumper cables?
I don't know if our jumper cables are bad or not.
What's up, man?
What's up,
Joe?
I'm high.
All right, well, let me get this hooked up and we can start it. I don't know, this backdrop sucks. This is all good. It'd be better if we could see that. Yeah, maybe we need to stand here and talk instead. All right. So if you got, when we're doing it, you know, it's like no expectations, you know, you guys don't need to be like super knowledgeable of any of it or whatever.
We're usually super in depth with
you know,
like
curiosity and just from the heart, what you guys actually think and feel about all the stuff is really what I'm looking for. You know, trying to gain, you know, public opinion, and honestly, specifically trying to get like, you know, guys that are, and gals, I guess, but you know, young people that their opinions, you know, you guys seem to be a little bit more, you know, readily available to talk. And honestly, the new technologies are what are going to be affecting your guys' lives the most. Yeah. You know, I think you guys are the ones that need to be affected the most by these kinds of changes, right? And so, so what interests you in all those topics right there? AI, Bitcoin, crypto.
It really just confuses me, like all of it.
All of it?
Like, what? I don't really know what Bitcoin is, to be honest. I just heard that it's like really expensive, but it's good to invest into.
Okay. How about you?
For Bitcoin, it's very more lenient towards more financial wise, getting your money set right. But the more you use crypto, is the less you earn that money in finances.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I guess you guys are kind of like, you're trying to figure out what it's about right now?
Figure out what it's really about. What's all this investing into doing? I mean, sure, your stuff is kept secret, but it's not kept secret because you got documents, you got papers, everything.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then how about you? Essentially the same thing?
Yeah, basically, I'm just like, because every single app I buy it has something to do with Bitcoin or AI or Metaverse or something. And like all these like new VRs and stuff, it's like there's a whole nother universe that's online. Yeah. Mm-hmm. It's crazy.
You guys tried to mess around with any of it at all?
Yeah, I used to have a VR, and I used to like...
I messed with VR for a little. I don't like it, because the more you use it, you could get stuck into a VR.
Yeah, like just like getting too sucked in?
Yeah, too sucked in. I've noticed some people.
So then when it comes to the topic of the metaverse then, because this is like a topic, like, you know, you guys saw Mark Zuckerberg's announcement on it. So when he announced it, what did it make you think? How did it make you feel?
It didn't make me more worried about the metaverse and how they're going to do it. It's making me more worried on how many people are going to be stuck trying to get into it. Yeah. If you're more out of it, you can manage to use the apps and others better. I choose not to use it is because I feel like I would honestly get stuck in a non-metaverse reality where everything is nothing and nothing is everything, you know?
Right.
Yeah.
Right. Okay, so how about you? How did that make you, the announcement by Mark Zuckerberg, how did it make you think? What did it make you feel?
I just feel like people are gonna go on the metaverse, and then they're gonna think that's their only world, and they're just gonna get stuck in it. You know, they're just gonna drown out the real world and go into the metaverse. You know, and they're just gonna think that's the real world. Like all these younger kids, like that are just now getting born, like 10 years from now, they're gonna be in the metaverse, and they're gonna be in there for hours and hours, and they're just not gonna think about what's actually going on in the real world.
No other things. They'll just be stuck in it.
Right, like, so you get born in an age where the technology is already there and you're kind of like, it's just normal, right? And so then you get conditioned to it while you're growing up and stuff like that. But, you know, a lot of people think that, like, you know, guys your age, how old are you guys?
14.
I'm 22.
Okay. So yeah, definitely this age range. I mean, I'm a little bit older. I'm 31. But you know, thinking people like my age and the further down, you know, that you know, you guys would be the ones to be more. You guys are kind of more of the target audience for this, you know. And then, like you guys said, you know, like
We're almost
people ain't born yet, you know.
We're almost towards our advancements, especially Elon, his advancements as well. Zuckerberg, not so much.
Hey, so while we're talking about this, so have you guys seen the challenge? Mark Zuckerberg and Elon Musk challenge?
Yes,
Yeah?
I heard about that. I don't know how that's going to go down.
Who's gonna win?
Not Elon.
Not Elon. Who's gonna win?
Not Elon.
Let us know in the comments who you think is gonna win.
Zuckerberg.
He's got more training.
Elon bought Twitter. He bought Twitter, and it was about $2.4 million. He invested into that, trying to get that money.
It's like billions. I know that. Yeah, I gotta watch how much I keep this close to my face. I got a loud voice. Okay, so let's see here. So the crypto and Bitcoin, is that stuff interested you guys at all? You guys are interested in getting into it, or you guys feel like it's kind of like got to stay away from that?
Crypto side, it's actually good. I like it.
You?
On my Cash App, there's this Bitcoin thing. I put $5 into it, and then like a couple weeks later, it was 10.
Right. See, so and how does that make you feel?
I mean, it makes me feel good that you could just get free money like that. You put, well, not technically free, but you put money into it, and it just gives you more. But you also could put money into it, and it minuses your money, and you're not left with nothing.
Okay. And what do you? Same.
Yeah.
Have you bought any?
No, I haven't. I'm
You bought any
wanting
cryptos?
to invest into crypto.
Okay.
Yeah.
So for a moment, I don't usually try to do this, but like, you guys mind if I like kind of give you a little bit of education on it? This Bitcoin specifically, we'd start there. So Bitcoin is a decentralized, trustless currency. It's not to me, it's not really a currency. It's more of an asset, right? It doesn't function necessarily 100% as a currency. People would debate that, but its main thing is that there's no centralized entity. So like when you got a debit card, okay, you go take that debit card down to the gas station and you go buy something. What takes place there is your money is with a third party, the bank, something like that, and they custody that money for you. They're holding on to it, right? And then when you make that transaction, essentially what's happening is there is a intermediary there with the business that your intermediary, at least this is from the way I understand it. I'm not an expert either, but they end up needing to communicate on, do you have that money?
Yeah,
Can they receive that money? All these different things. And so there's somebody else entirely who is, you know,
watching your money.
Exactly. There, you have to trust that these people are going to have your money when you try to spend it. Yeah. That they're going to send it. That those people they're sending it to are going to receive it. That they're going to, you know, all this stuff is taking place for you. It takes place instantly, right there when you're at the counter. But there's all this other stuff going on in the background, right? You guys have ever tried to send cash to anybody doing like Western Union?
Send cash on like Cash App, like.
Yeah.
Okay. See, so for me, when I was like growing up your guys' age, you wanted to send cash to somebody, you had to go like over to Western Union, you go fill out this paperwork, you go send it, takes some time. The whole thing with Bitcoin essentially is that nobody's in control of it. So it's not a bank, it's not a person, it can be argued that it's kind of a group of people because of all the miners that are sitting there doing the work with the computers essentially to validate transactions. But it is 100% transparent that every single transaction that happens can be seen by anybody that I guess has the know-how to look into that. You essentially, it's kind of, best way of describing it is that you don't have to trust a third party with the money that you're taking. So what you do when you buy Bitcoin is you take your money, you end up going on a centralized exchange, something like that, your Cash App, Coinbase, crypto.com, and you will purchase it, you send it to a wallet. And that is, you are buying a piece of the network, the code, that there's only so much of. So the way that Bitcoin works is there is a set limited supply. There cannot that cannot essentially be changed. There'll only ever be 21 million Bitcoin. And if people send that Bitcoin and they lose it, that Bitcoin's lost forever. So it puts pretty much puts the responsibility for us to be able to take control of our own money, to be 100% and totally responsible for it. So if you lost it, you couldn't go complain to, somebody like the bank is FDIC insured, right? That's only up to $250,000. So if you have over $250,000 in your bank account and say the bank goes under, you guys see that recently started happening?
Yeah,
right?
Yeah. But the bank's going unclosed or noticed. Nobody even knows what's going on. It's either their money going missing or something's going on.
Right. See, so that's exactly why Bitcoin was created. In 2008, there was a banking crisis, and lots of banks started going under. So the anonymous Satoshi Nakamoto, on top of the other issues that he saw, because also like the way our U.S. dollar, the way that it functions, the government can just print more, make more whenever they want. They can inflate it, and there's just not a limit to how much dollars there can be, But with Bitcoin, there's only ever going to be 21 million. The government has zero control over how many get made, how many you can own, any of that stuff. So after hearing about that, does that help you guys out and knowing a little bit more about it? And
It makes me understand it more,
And makes me understand more what's in depth around it.
So do you guys thinking about investing at all? I mean, not trying to give financial advice to people, but
I'm investing into military weaponry. So yeah, I got a plan.
Okay.
Yeah, but
and then is investing? Does it interest you?
Maybe when I'm older, yeah.
Well, you're 14.
Yeah.
Yeah. But hey, learning now, because look, dude, I'm 31 years old, and I just 2 years ago started learning about this stuff, and it's opened up my mind to a whole lot of stuff, to the point where now I'm out here trying to, be right here talking with you guys, with anybody I can find, to see what everybody thinks about this stuff, because it's really huge, the fact that you can totally take your money and exit out of the current financial system that's taking place, and it seems to be failing. Do you guys think that?
no,
Yeah. Kind of.
a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah. People losing their jobs as well. They want their jobs back. Some do, some don't, depending on what stores. They don't even get enough money for their stores even to keep up, with everybody else. So they have it closed down or have to work a 9-to-5 job instead again, which I get that. That's not bad, but I wish I came up with a better way to actually make people have enough money to save and other things in their life they could do.
Do you guys feel like the government as a whole and the current establishment is doing everything they can and doing their best to protect your money, to protect our money?
I mean, honestly, I don't think so because, like,
No, so with the government, they have your money, they have everything about you. It doesn't matter who you are because you're part of their system, you're part of them. So once they take your money, they take you away. Doesn't matter how it is. They don't want the money. They want to, I don't know, they want a better society, but it's not better society if you're taking away people's stuff they earned and or got, and their families want to see them grow. But now that I'm seeing, this government doesn't really want us to see us grow at this point. They want to see us fail as a country.
And then
Sonic went bankrupt and they're all closed in Tri-Cities right now. Yeah,
I had no idea.
all the
No,
Sonics are
almost
shut down.
all of them are closed down. Even the one in Kennewick is about to go down soon.
They
too.
ran out of money. Like I went to Sonic a while back. Everything just felt cheap. Everything was sloppy.
Yeah.
The service took forever, and then it just shut down.
Yeah.
They just ran out of money.
One, at least a couple employers inside. I've never been inside, but when it's outside and they give you your food, it's like 2 employers or 1. That's really bad,
And they
even
were-
for business.
For like the past couple of years, they've always been messing up our orders. Whenever I'd go to Sonic, we'd always get the wrong order.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, and it would take forever. Just
So with the decrease in being able to meet the financial expectations of the business, the quality has gone down immensely. People don't want to work there. People don't want to eat there. So therefore, I guess they're all shutting down. And that seems to be not just a problem with Sonic then, huh? This is like
Sonic, almost everywhere. Gas stations even have it. Yeah.
Do you guys? I mean, you're not just old enough to get a job yet, but you're old enough to get a job. Does this kind of economy and the way that you see things, does this excite you to get a job somewhere?
Yeah, somewhat it excites me, but more I want to see how much money a person can make in matter of actually seconds. It's because you're working more than you actually make in life. You know, a second it could be like $1,000 right there, and you're getting only 200 per paycheck. That's not good. That's buying groceries. That's your food right there.
So you're saying that it just doesn't seem like people are being adequately compensated for their work?
Yeah. Not enough actual good enough applause for their work. They're just having applause working. They're not having applause for what they do on their work. Right. Yeah.
and
Not what money is.
And so then for you had something to say?
like even just to fill up half of our fridge at our house, it's like $200, and it's not even full. Like just like not even filling up our whole cupboards, it's like $240 just for a couple groceries.
So then with you not being old enough to go into the workforce just yet, and that's probably, it's like about 2 years away unless you do something under the table. But what does this make you think about when you're starting to get ready to, enter the workforce or whatever like that,
I've already been working because my family owns a restaurant, and they just pay me under the table every now and then when they need workers.
So does it make you concerned about the ability for your family to be able to continue business as usual?
Yeah, because our restaurants, they have been like decreasing in the amount of people that have been showing up because we've been having to raise our prices because everything's getting more expensive. So less people have been coming, and we're not making as much.
And people don't seem to be getting paid more, do they?
No.
What's a standard wage over at the restaurant?
Like just for being like a busser, like 16?
16, 17.
Yeah.
17 or 16.
And then let's see, how many hours a week does somebody like that get? Maybe, well, nowadays, if it's hard to get anybody, you probably get an easy 40 though, right?
Yeah.
But then you might be understaffed.
Yeah.
And maybe that's why you're getting so many hours, right? So then you're being overworked.
The one working all the time, you would have more hours, not as much as people have, and you would be getting paid less.
So this kind of makes the moving forward in like getting older to get a job, whatever, going into school, all that kind of different stuff. It kind of makes it seem kind of terrifying, right? At least to me, like I kind of think like it's a little. It seems uncertain, right?
Yeah.
You know, what do you guys think is a good solution for this?
I mean, I just don't get why everything's raising. I mean, like,
Well, it's what we talked about before with inflation, right? Can you guys think of a way that what our money could have gotten so inflated recently? How did it happen? It happened.
Oil. Yeah, we have oil,
Biden.
power plants problems. Power plants with power. People who do that actually have more money than other people that are working 9-to-5 jobs, and it's good for them because they could die on their job, not even knowing what chemicals they're actually intoxicating or like taking in. You know.
So let's think of it this way. This is another spot where we get to try to give a little bit of education on the subject, if I can. So think about, let's just say we were talking about Bitcoin, right? And we're talking about dollars. And it told you there can only ever be 21 million Bitcoin, right? So if I own one of the 21 million Bitcoin and some of those get lost, what does that do to my one Bitcoin? Does that make it go up in value, or does that make it go down in value? Makes it go up in value because there's less of it. Scarcity creates value, right?
Yeah.
So with my dollar, if there is more dollars, do they have the same amount of spending power, or do they have less spending power? Okay. So then the reason why for the being tough to be able to purchase things going up in price, that is to do with that inflation of that dollar, right? I mean, I don't think it has anything to really do with oil, even though I love that you're willing to answer, but that's essentially what ends up making everything go around. Is like the more of something you have, the less valuable it is.
Yeah.
If you have one diamond in your hand, that's very valuable. But if you bring in, let's just say from outer space, you know, a truckload of diamonds, diamonds are now worth less, right? I mean, it's supply and demand. And so it's kind of hard to do because we get censored so much. But, you know, there's can you guys think of anything in recent time that could have done this to our dollar?
I mean, Biden, our president. Like, no, I feel like the Ukraine and Russia thing going on, Biden, I get that he like wants to give to them and send them all this food and all this, but they don't need it. They have all of it, and everything is just like going to crap ever since Biden stepped in the office.
And how do you think what do you think is the thing that's taken place that inflated our dollar so bad?
Inflated our dollar so bad, put it down to to zero at this point, is not our government. It's us spending so much money every day. We need the food, we need the resources, I get that. But just spend a little more money on the things you love and spend so much. That's what I do. I spend less money than spend more. Yeah.
So, with this happening with the dollar, where it is decreasing in your spending power and all that, what do you think is the best place to take your dollar to make sure it retains its value?
Dollar store?
Dollar store?
I mean, it's cheap.
It's cheap. Our Costco cheap too, but you're spending 200, 100.
So let me reword it. So I have my dollars, and I take them and to store their value What do I do with them?
You're keeping them in a safe. You're keeping them safe.
Put it into maybe some investments, like on Cash App. You can put a couple dollars in it.
Like Bitcoin?
Yeah, Bitcoin.
Because Bitcoin is what? It's limited in supply, and there's no centralized control over it. And, you know, there's, essentially that's it. And, but if you take your dollar and put it in the bank, is it going? If I took $1,000 and stuck it in the bank right now, in a year, is that going to still be? Is it still going to have the same power of spending?
No, it won't.
No. If you took that $1,000 and, you know, you guys maybe don't know a whole lot about it, but what would you guess if you took your $1,000 and stuck it into any of those like cryptos or like a Bitcoin? Do you think a year from now, would you have more spending power with your dollars, or would you have more spending power with that Bitcoin?
Probably the Bitcoin, to be honest.
Bitcoin. Because the dollar would inflate by the time you even try to spend it. Like you said, you give 1,000 to a bank. They can't touch your money, but they do put that half of that money into a bank and have you save that other half. Is because they can't keep all that money. Yeah, that's what my friend told me, and I love him so much for telling me that.
Yeah, I love this conversation we're getting to have. Did you guys want to talk about any of the other subjects at all? Like the subjects that we're kind of focusing on right now is, you know, AI, Bitcoin, crypto, Metaverse, NFTs. Have you guys heard of NFTs?
I've heard of them, but I don't really know what they are.
I don't know what that one is either.
So, an NFT. I saw this guy. When I said NFT, he like turned around. You know about him, bro, over there in the LRG shirt. I seen your head turn when I was asked about NFTs. You know about them?
I have no idea what that
No?
is,
You seemed interested. Is all I was. No? All right. I was curious. Essentially what it is, it's like it's creating digital scarcity, just like with the Bitcoin. You know, it's a token that lives. It's a digital quote unquote token that lives on the technology, which is called the blockchain, and it's digital scarcity for, you know, some kind of unique. Currently, it seems to be, you know, lots of art and things that people like to say are art. But it gives you 100% ownership of that. So, like, best way I could describe it is if you had an NFT, let's say, and it was a cartoon character, right? Because that's kind of the form everything takes right now. And you have possession of that character, and that becomes really desirable dude to have, right? Maybe somebody was like sees that and they're like, oh, I'd like to make a TV show off of that, right? But you own it. So somebody would have to buy it from you. And because you own that NFT, like you own the JC. What's up, dude? It's an old buddy of mine. He's still skating here from back in the day. He never left. He's still here.
Bro, Mr. Novin himself, dog.
What up?
Actually, I was wondering where I was gonna.
Dude, I saw you. I saw you last week when I was driving.
Oh.
I saw you in traffic. I was honking at you.
Yeah, I be driving everywhere.
I'm starting my own channel here, interviewing people about, you know, you read the back.
Yeah.
It's JC, everybody. Yeah.
Novin, bro.
Hey.
That 333, bro.
Love you, man.
It's a good number. Yeah, much love, homie.
Hey, I'm gonna reconnect with you here right when I get done talking to these guys, man.
Yeah.
All right. Hey, it's all good. So essentially, what the NFT would do is it would give you, you know, value over, you know, ownership over the value for they call it intellectual property. So if like you were to own, kind of like you could own Spider-Man,
Yeah, yeah.
If he was an NFT, you had an NFT, and it was Spider-Man. As long as the people who made it had the right to give that ownership over, you could own that character. Yeah. So let's just say it was Spider-Man. Let's say it was Captain America. Let's say it was Winnie the Pooh. Who knows? You know, like you would own that, and if you could use it for whatever you want. I did that. The logos are on my phone, but I have like 4 other logos for the channel, and they were made off of pictures that were NFTs, and so I own them, and I get to do what I want with them, and so I can use them as a brand for my branding. You know, people have taken that. Like, have you guys heard of like Bored Apes? You heard of them?
I think so.
Bored Ape Yacht Club?
Sounds familiar.
Yeah? Yeah, it's the most popular one. So one guy had one, and he took it, and he took the picture and whatnot. Since it's well known, everybody wants it. He took it, and he made a restaurant called Bored and Hungry. And so
I heard about that.
Yeah. And so somebody was able to essentially buy that. At the time, I think they were going for, I want to say it was like maybe like $500, and then they increased in value to like, I don't know, some of them upwards of like $100,000 or so like that. But the guy bought his, and he turned his picture into a brand for his restaurant. Now, does the ability to have access to something like that, does that kind of thing interest you guys at all?
Making my own company, yeah, but I'm not willing to really put a brand name out there. Okay. I want my brand name stuck up on my own company, but I don't want it showing around.
Okay.
Yeah.
And so then how about you? Does the ability to kind of purchase something like this and get unique intellectual property and be able to turn it into whatever you want, does that seem cool, or does it seem interesting, or does the kind of idea that they're just like, you know, pictures of, I guess, monkeys and shit, does that like sound stupid?
Yeah, I mean, kind of, because I remember this one guy, this one famous guy, Logan Paul. He made this NFT app thing. He said it was gonna go crazy, and he scammed everybody. So many people put all this money into it, and then they never got it back.
They never did.
So I don't know if I really trust that kind of stuff, you know.
Yeah, that's a huge problem in that whole space right now. Is they call it a rug pull. You know, this promise you the moon, and then you turn around, and next thing you know, he's like, hey, this is a rock. I think it came from the moon, you know, and you're stuck. You know, they got all your money, and you got either a picture of, I don't know, whatever, a monkey, or, you know, whatever the heck they decided to do, or it doesn't exist at all anymore, right? And so that makes it tough to want to get into it then, huh?
Yeah, like some people were paying $30,000 for a picture of a monkey, just to not get their money back ever again. And just there goes their money, you know.
I mean, for that, I would pay for like paintings, right? I'll pay for paintings, but am I gonna get half of that money back? Probably not, because I already paid for that painting. There we go. That's good value and good money, right there. I don't need my money back.
It's just kind of like buying, like, if you want to go buy like a really expensive exotic car and you planning on selling it in the future, you have to make sure if the price is gonna decrease or increase. Because if it increases, then I mean you could go buy it, you could sell it a couple of years later and make a profit on it.
Right. So then, with this idea of a digital collectible, right? We're gonna go with that idea of that's what this technology is. So let's say you guys play video games.
Sometimes, every now and then.
Yeah. So what if, you know, you guys ever like seen like I don't know, you playing Call of Duty, Fortnite, playing like I don't know, like a an MMO of some kind, you know.
I played that last night.
And let's say instead of like, you know, World of Warcraft, I remember playing that one too, right? So let's say like you get one of those legendary items, epic, whatever, I forget what they're called now, but the super high tier level rare item, but instead that item is an NFT. That item is able to be, it's unique. You hold on to it and you can actually take that and you can transfer that over to a marketplace. You found it in the game and you can take it into that marketplace and then you can sell that item that you found in the game for actual money.
That's actually good. That's really good.
Does that kind of thing excite you guys for something in gaming? It
would make most people they'd be good at games, and they could have this as like a job, a financial job, selling their game products or game inventory to other people. If they don't got that inventory, we can sell that inventory for money. Yeah, and there you go, they have it.
Yeah, I mean, because I know Fortnite was doing this one kind of thing, like, where if you would buy a couple items, you know, and then a couple months later you can return them, you know, and you could get your money back, you know. But then, I don't really know how I feel about it, though, because you're not making a profit or anything. There's really no point in doing that kind of stuff, you know.
Do you guys think that if they did that, where essentially you could be just making money, finding unique items in your video game, do you think that that's going to make people happy? Do you think that's going to make them feel like, you know, that's going to improve video games? Or do you feel like that's going to kind of take away from the aspect of fun and that people would be playing video games just for money?
I mean,
fun away.
Yeah, I was
more of the game.
Take the fun away. I feel like
a game's more based on not buying. You just play. That's what's about a game. Not to buy anything. You're just buying because you want to see new items. Okay, go ahead.
This guy wants to be in the interview. He's just camera shy.
Yeah. So no, I would buy some items off of a game. Not sell it, because those items are very rare and you can sell them anytime you want. So just wait for a moment where all that inflates down and you can actually get it more money than you want to.
So you think it gonna make games funner? Gonna make funner is not a word. More fun? You think it's gonna make games more fun? Do you think it's going to take away from it?
I feel like it would honestly ruin it for me, because I feel like if I would get a video game, I would just be playing it for the money, and it wouldn't be fun anymore. Because then there'd be so many people on there that are horrible at the game because they're just on it for money, and it would just make it easy, and then it's not fun anymore.
Do you think that there's a solution for that, or do you think we should just let's just keep games the way they are?
Yeah, I think we should just keep games. Just keep games.
Right.
Unless you want to actually pay people for a game, do battle royales. No matter who wins, they still get half of the money.
Or they could do, like, you could make some games are like that, but not all of them. And just not the more popular ones that people have already been playing for years, because that would ruin it, you know? Like Grand Theft Auto, that's been out for years, people have been playing for years. And then if all of a sudden you can just make money in it, there's going to be all these new players, and it's not going to be fun anymore.
So, all right, do you guys want to talk about anything else? AI, you guys want to talk about AI? We're going to go down the list? All right.
We'll go down a few lists.
All right, so, well, you guys hear AI. What does that make you think? Where do we start here?
Online people.
On AI is good for speed, like you wanting to learn a new language. You got Google, for example. Google's literally an AI. You can go on Google. You can go on anything to find anything about anything.
Have you guys used any of the AI stuff?
Yes, I have.
I've on VR, yes.
Okay. So just tell me about your experience using the AI. Tell me which one it was, and tell me kind of what was going on, and just give us the details.
I don't know if I completely remember this name, but it was this really popular one on VR, and you could like customize your character, but it was very rude. Everybody on there is just talking crap about each other and cussing everybody out, and just there's no really nice people on there. They just go to just I don't know, just talk crap and stuff. That's really all it was. They're just people screaming at each other.
It was an AI in VR.
Yeah, it was like
Whoa, I haven't even heard of this yet. I'm learning stuff too. You know, I'm not an expert, so
you could just like it was kind of like a game, and everybody was like, you know, I don't know if you know what I'm talking about. Everybody was like an anime character. You could choose like other characters, and you go around and talk to people.
Yeah.
And it's all it is. You're just going around talking to people.
I got to find out the name to this. Is it still around?
Oh yeah, it's on VR. Yes.
I don't have a VR headset just yet.
Oh
Get
yeah.
it on PC as well, but
Xbox.
just get it on Xbox or a station instead. Don't get it on PlayStation.
Okay. Have you guys used that Chat GPT thing?
I have not, but there is this one thing too. It's called Rec Room. That's another one.
what?
Rec Room.
Rec Room?
Yeah.
What is Rec Room?
You basically just go on there. You could like, there's different.
About conspiracies, anything.
You just talk to people, and there's like mini games you can play on the VR. There's like paintball games while you're like talking to other people. That one's fun.
So I used one of those apps. It's called Lenza. You guys heard of that one? So
I saw it.
So I used Lenza. I uploaded some photos of myself, and then it spat out, a whole bunch of other photos. It gave me a specific one, and I took that AI photo of me, and then if you guys see on the back here,
Oh yeah, that's cool.
so that's my art that I asked it to make, and then I had somebody touch it up, and that's what it looks like now. And so that one, that's one of the cool things I've been able to see from it happening. Do you guys have any concerns for like the implications of like where AI can lead?
Yeah.
Like what?
With AI, they're in their phones no matter what. They were essentially made for people that couldn't speak actually languages. That's what their AIs are made for. Anything else? Not really. But AI, we weren't supposed to make AI because they could turn on us anytime, anywhere.
How so?
Or it already happened.
How so could it turn on us?
Wrong inputs. If you put into coding, for example, you code, right? I code. I do coding. I love coding.
Awesome.
Coding's fun. But if you put the one wrong mess up, could change everything in an AI system. So that's why work till perfection. Work till you see an actual example of what this AI can do for you. If you see it working good for you, go do it. If it does something bad, you have to change that coding before something even worse happens. I've seen a lot of different AIs. Some of them are good. Military is making AI. Their AI is actually good. But will it kill a human? Question, I don't think so, it would. I doubt their AIs could kill humans, but other people making AIs could. Because they don't know what they're doing. They do, but they really don't. You gotta know what you're doing before you do it.
So a lot of this stuff seems to be based around any of the stuff that we've talked about. There seems to be like a central theme that goes on in all of this stuff. Can you guys kind of pinpoint that at all? What's the like central idea here of what is causing confidence or losing it?
I mean, online universe. It's kind of conspiracy theories. It's kind of scary, and I don't really.
Okay. And it's scary because why?
Because it's just like you could clone anybody on there, you know, like.
So you can't trust.
No, you can't trust.
Exactly.
You can never trust.
You can't. So is there trust with our money?
No.
No. Is there trust in knowing the authenticity of things online because of AI?
There's not. No.
There's no privacy anymore at this point. You see the privacy logs they give you?
Yeah, all these things. It's like allow access to your camera. Allow us to
keep your privacy.
Yeah.
But they always still keep your privacy secret, but not all the time. Once you click that button, it's over. They have everything on your phone.
As soon as you download the app, first time thing you open it, it asks you if they could go in your camera roll, they could see your location, they could do all this, you know. And I don't trust that.
What seems like the most trustworthy thing in all the topics we talked about? AI, Bitcoin, Metaverse, fiat money.
Probably Bitcoin and the Metaverse.
Yeah, you think you can trust the Metaverse?
Not fully, but I mean it.
Who do you gotta trust if you're trusting the Metaverse?
Just random people.
Or the people who made it?
Yeah, the people who made it.
Right.
Trust the people.
Do you? So Mark Zuckerberg, do you trust him?
Yeah, I trust him. Yeah.
Yeah, completely honestly, I
Facebook is safe, but not safe from hackers.
I'd argue there's a lot of censorship on there, but we all got our different opinions on it. But I didn't have a really great opinion of Mark Zuckerberg. It has recently begun to change quite a bit as I begin to study him more and listen to interviews that he's had, like interviews with like Lex Friedman. You guys ever heard of Lex Friedman?
Yeah, I heard about that one.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you got?
Water real quick.
That's good. Yeah.
Is Facebook going down sooner or later? Yeah, because so many people are on that app, but not enough people actually using it. There's so many hackers on Facebook. People don't even know who's the hacker at this point. I've found over 50 hackers on Facebook.
My girlfriend's her Facebook just recently got hacked into, and she lost it completely.
A couple more. I lost over 2 accounts, and I'm still on these 2 accounts. Well, one of them at least, because I got back into it without the hacker getting into mine.
How do you think that happens? How do you think the hackers get access?
Ads. When you click on ads especially. That's why I don't click on most ads, is because I know if there's a hacker on the other side, anybody could do it. I wouldn't trust it. I'll wait until the ad's done and then click on it.
So we're talking about now how on Facebook there's not a lot more users and people seem to be getting hacked a lot. How do you think people are getting hacked on Facebook?
I mean, all this new technology, it's easy. All you have to do is just figure out their password, and everybody's password is so easy because it's just easy to hack people. All you need is like a PC. That's all you need. You can hack anybody.
It's literally a PC. One PC can get you anything.
Oh yeah.
Anybody.
Do you guys think that people take enough care and thought into their privacy and security online?
No.
Nobody cares.
I see people even clicking their whereabouts, like with the policies all the time. They always click on it. I'm like, why do you click on that if you know they're taking your information?
Yeah.
You can read it, obviously. They say they will keep it safe. Will they? I don't think so. They will. Their privacy's never safe. If someone got their hands on your own phone, they don't know the password, but they somehow can get into it. Yes, that's no privacy.
Somebody stole my phone a couple months ago, and they got into it, posted stuff on my Instagram. I changed all my passwords, and they still managed. They posted stuff on my Instagram story, my Snapchat story, deleted some of my accounts.
I don't want my account deleted because I got stuff on it I want to still save.
Yeah.
I have notes and notes over notes, you know?
Yeah, and they were texting
And once
people
that's
too.
gone, I can't get it back. Sure, it's in my mind, but I can't keep it.
Yeah.
Can I recommend something for you guys to look up at some point so you guys can study a little bit of internet security? So there's a channel. It's called NBTV. It's named Naomi Brockwell. Yeah, she's really good at teaching people on security, on the in-depth details of the different apps, browsers, and just different things that are available for us, and really getting into the details of what kind of information, how to keep your stuff safe, what kind of information people are asking for, why.
Yeah, she's really good. Yeah, I watched
Awesome,
her.
dude. Heck yeah.
She's hella good.
Heck yeah.
I give her credit, bro. She could save plenty of people from their information.
And that's part of what I'm trying to do out here too, is bring notoriety and get people to that don't know about these kind of different resources that we have access to. People who are like, well, way further ahead than where I'm at right here with this stuff, but get people to be able to start looking into the stuff that's available for them to be able to gain some more knowledge and stuff like that. Another great thing, if you guys want to learn about crypto, is there's a channel. One in particular is Whiteboard Crypto. It makes stuff really, really super easy. It's essentially like a guy talking, and he writes on a whiteboard essentially, and it makes animations.
No, he talks really good about that.
Yeah, and it breaks it down super simple and easy, So I really recommend you guys, you guys are super young, and you guys honestly, don't judge a book by its cover. And I did not expect you guys to be of the opinions and the knowledge that you guys even do have. Like, you guys taught me stuff, so you guys don't look down on yourselves at all for being young, and continue to increase your guys' knowledge, and really look into the things that we've talked about today. Check out the channel. You guys will be, if you guys give me the okay.
Okay, what's the channel called? I got it.
It's Era3TV right there.
Okay.
Yeah,
Just type it in, one word.
I seen your YouTube
You
channel,
see-
man.
You see it?
But I haven't watched the videos yet. I've seen it on YouTube. I'm pretty sure I'm subscribed to your channel.
Did you?
I'm pretty sure I am.
Well, thank you, dude. Thank you, bro.
I'm gonna subscribe again.
Hey, man, you're part of the fam, bro. You're part of the fan. You're helping me get the word out there to people, because the whole focus of this channel is to get regular, every single day people to give their opinions and their thoughts, their concerns, their ideas on all of these topics, the issues that they cause, if they think there's solutions, things like that, So I really appreciate your guys' time, man. If you guys wanted to keep talking, we could keep talking. But I feel like we covered quite a bit, and I learned a lot, and I hope you guys learned a lot, and I really appreciate your courage, honestly. Thank you.
Do you think they should make groups for people who want better jobs? Should start actually making more groups and making their own companies, because the more companies we have, the more stuff we have, and the more stuff we won't be worried about anymore. If for phones, we have so many phones, right? You lose one, you can go buy a new one. I want a company where you won't need to actually keep on buying that stuff. You could just have it there for you all the time, no matter where you go. And it's usable. It's more sellable too, as well, if you want to sell it. But I just want to make people happy in a way. They wouldn't have to buy so much stuff all the time and waste so much money.
Okay, so what you're talking about is like what would you call that?
What is it?
You call that? Yeah, I'm not sure what you call it, but essentially it's like wouldn't that just be like another one of those things that we have already? That's like one of those.
Yeah, it's a free-based cryptocurrency, free-based cryptocurrency. So it's like debit and crypto at the same time. You're spending that money, but you also get that money back, what you spend. And the more you spend money, the less you actually getting that product anymore. So that product's getting less in value the more you spend it. Yeah.
One thing I was thinking about is probably like my final question for us to wrap it up. How would I ask it? Where do you guys see, with all the stuff that we've talked about, the possibilities and things like that of, the AI, Bitcoin, crypto, Metaverse, this whole Web3 landscape? Where in, like, let's just say 5 to 10 years, where do you see the world? Do you think things are going to be better? Or do you think things are going to be crazy and worse?
I see it somewhat crazy and better, actually. Crazy is the AI part. Better is keeping this country safe and having robots around Earth, and actually not more police officers, because there's not enough police officers to handle so many people, right? I think if we have more AIs and seeing us and what we do is actually good. But we also want our privacy. People want privacy. It'll keep that way. If you don't want a robot in your house, you don't have to. China's doing this. Yeah, I've seen China. They have cameras all over the place. They search up your name, everything. You jaywalk, the next thing you know, you go to jail or have to pay a fine for that. That's what I like. I want to see this here. I want to see Japan here, not America in Japan.
Yeah, so you think like the advancements they have over there in Japan are better than what we got here?
It is.
But their government also is a little bit more restrictive towards them,
Yeah, it is.
So there's always a trade-off, isn't there?
There is.
So you think there's a way to fix that?
Yes, there is.
You think there's any chance that we could have quote unquote like world peace, sort of like I think it seems like people are trying to work towards a utopia. Do you think that's possible?
Oh yeah, utopia, yeah, and
Where there's a world with no problems?
yeah, no, 20 years or more, yeah, I'll guarantee it. But sooner or later, we gotta grow as a team, grow as a population to figure that out. And people are their own person, and they will never get what if they want to be part of society or not. You see people moving on to big things, moving on to investments and bigger companies. They're moving to islands of their own. That's what I like to see. If you have an island of your own, you're actually doing something. If you're here in a country, there's something to do, but not a lot of things for you out there. I like exploring the world. That's me. I love actually seeing people happy with what they buy. Yeah, instead of sad. Yeah.
Well, I think you definitely have a really awesome, optimistic outlook on all these things, man. I really appreciate your time.
You're welcome. Have a good day.
Thanks, dude.
Nice talking.
If the big one came and turned the clocks back, I bet we leave some pretty good space trash. Whole thing gone in a minute flat. No more Starbucks, no more Big Bang.